Warm welcome to everyone. Today we are going to talk about development model that reshaping the high performing teams deliver software. That is trunk based development. Okay. We will explore what it is and how it's different, its advantage, its potential risk, and we will discuss few FAQs that come up when teams try to adapt it. Okay. So let's dive into it. What is trunk based development? Give me a second. I will switch to presentation mode. Yeah. What is trunk based development? So, trunk based development or TBD is a version control strategy where all developers commit code directly to a shared main branch. That is very often known as main branch, master branch, and also we can call it as trunk branch. Okay. Instead of working in a long-lived branches that a traditional system follows, teams commit small, frequent changes, often multiple times a day, to a shared branch, that is a trunk branch. This is the main motto of trunk-based development. Any incomplete features are safety hidden behind the feature flags or toggles. Okay, so basically, whenever a feature is off shared because of this small PRs, so we can hide it under the feature flags or toggles. Okay. The end goal of this trunk based development is to always keep the code base in a deployable state with every commits, uh, with frequent integrations and short feedback loop. Okay. So let's dive into how it differs from the traditional Git flow. So in a Git flow or even a basic branch workflow, every developers often work in an isolation for a days or weeks, right? That can cause merge conflicts at the end of the sprint, right? So this is an integration pain and delayed feedback also will be the possibility of this traditional Git flow. So how the trunk minimizes it? So this trunk based development, everyone works off on the same branch. So integration happens early and often. Instead of managing multiple long lived branches, you focus on flow, fast, small, safe, and contribution merge continuously way. Okay. So let's dive into the what are all the advantages of the trunk based development. So first main advantage is it supports faster release cycles, ideal for continuous integration and development. And second, it gets fewer merge conflicts because changes are small and integrated frequently. They are much easier to manage compared to traditional workflows. And third, you will have the cleaner Git history, no spatting of nested branches or tail features. Okay. Fourth, it promotes team collaboration. Everyone works on the same code base and shares the ownership for every features. So finally, it encourages high test coverage and automation, which are critical for maintaining stable trunk, right? Right. So let's move on to the next topic, that is what are all the risks that it poses. So of course, no model is without a risk. So, if your team lacks a discipline, someone might accidentally break the trunk. So, that's why solid continuous integration with linting, testing, and review gates is non negotiable for the trunk based development. So, also, without a strong test coverage, you are exposed. So the model doesn't leave room for the. It works on my mission, so I don't know how it's working on production because so it doesn't allow that approach. Okay, because it each and everything has been tested, right? So and while the feature toggles are powerful, mismanaging them leads to tech debt and confusion in the code base. So, while TBD is simple in concept and execution requires maturity. So, in both tooling and team culture. So, basically, what is the main disadvantage of it? This we have faced in our real-time application also. So, in a trunk-based development, so let's take a one feature that is half finished. Then we need to have handle the handle it using the feature flags, right? So we need to handle it with care. If we miss some feature flags in some place, that will lead to the unexpected behavior in the application, right? So that is a main disadvantage, and we have if the it can be overcome with the maturity and team culture with the discipline, right? Yeah. Let's move on to the FAQ section. In FAQ, so most most two common question that I hear when I speak about the struct based development is, so the first question is, what is the maximum size the PR should be? So the simple rule is to keep the PR as small as possible. So for example, take the PR with the small lines of code. My limit would be it should need to be 400 lines of code. So that would be easy to review under 30 minutes for the reviewer also. So ideally, if you see trunk based development, strongly suggest you to merge your PR within a day, right? So if you rise a PR that has only 400 lines of change, it would be easy for the reviewer to do, and it is easy for you to merge it within a day, right? So that would much safer in a trunk based development and in a tradition in a development workflow itself, right? Yeah. Let's move on to the second question. So can we use feature branches in trunk based development? Of course you can use a feature branches, but uh, for a small features. So, for example, if the feature is very small, then we can obviously use separate feature branch for that feature. For complex features, obviously we have to split the feature into multiple tasks, and we have to assign it to the developers during the Scrum Master. We have to plan it, Scrum Master meeting and planning sessions. We have to plan this one and assign it to the developers, and we can build a complex features together with the shared ownership. That is the main motto of TBD. For a small features, we can obviously create a feature branches for the entire feature. It's works. So that's it. This is the two main questions that I hear whenever I go to somewhere and speak about trunk based development. I hear these two common questions and it is answered. So let's move on to the next final part of it, this session, that is conclusions. To so, to wrap up, trunk based development is built for speed, stability, and collaboration. It enables teams to move faster by integrating continuously and avoiding merge fail. So, always keep the code ready for production with each and every commit, but it's not a shortcut. It requires discipline, clean code, solid automation, and strong continuous integration and continuous development foundation, right? So done right. It transforms how teams build software. It's lean, it's powerful, in a modern engineering culture, it's becoming the new normal for every development, right? So these are all the main conclusion that I can give for the trunk based development. So thanks for being with me until the end of this session.